Karoline Leavitt didn't hold back when she took on Jimmy Kimmel after he mocked Trump's latest tariff strategy. The medium LF. But Karoline came out swinging with facts, fire, and fierce rebuttals that left Kimmel looking more like a late-night clown than a serious commentator. It all started when Kimmel took a jab at Trump's proposed 10% universal tariff plan. He called it economically illiterate and even joked that Trump thinks tariffs grow on trees. That didn't sit well with Karoline Leavitt, who immediately called him out for spreading misinformation. Karoline, a bold conservative voice, lit up social media with her response. She went live and unleashed a fury of truth, saying Kimmel wouldn't know real economic policy if it danced on his Hollywood rooftop. Her direct tone shocked mania and energized her base. She pointed out that under Trump's tariff policies, America saw a resurgence in domestic manufacturing and job creation. Jimmy wouldn't know a working-class job if it smacked him in the face, she said. He's never had to punch a clock or feel the sting of outsourcing. Leavitt tripped into Kimmel's elitism, saying he sits in his studio making millions while mocking policies that help American workers. Of course, he hates tariffs so he's never had to compete with cheap foreign labor, she said. The crowd online was eating it up. Kimmel had mocked the idea of tariffs protecting American jobs, calling it economics for toddlers. Karoline flipped it back, saying, maybe if Jimmy reads something other than cue cards, he'd know the data backs us up. Her takedown was merciless and sharp. She went on to explain that Trump's proposed tariff isn't just about taxes, it's about strategy. It's economic warfare, she said. We're finally playing hardball with countries that have walked all over us for decades. The message was crystal clear. Karoline accused Kimmel of being a puppet for leftist talking points, saying his monologue was practically written by a DNC intern. You call it comedy, I call it propaganda in disguise. She fired back. Her followers erupted in support. She brought the receipts to citing stats from 2017 to 2019 that showed growth in U.S. manufacturing jobs. The tariffs were working until Biden blew it all up, she said. Jimmy's either ignorant or intentionally misleading his audience. Then she aimed at the hypocrisy of Hollywood. These are the same people who fly private jets to climate conferences but whine about tariffs protecting American jobs, she said. Spare me the virtue signaling. It was a brutal critique of celebrity politics. Karoline also reminded everyone that Kimmel used to be on The Mad Show, a show that mocked women and glorified beer and bikinis. Now he's the moral compass of the left. Please, she said. He's a fraud wrapped in a suit and tie. Social media caught fire with Karoline's rant. Clips of her calling Kimmel a media clown went viral on X and TikTok. Even some moderates admitted she made valid points. Her boldness triggered a serious conversation about the real impact of Trump's policies. She also clarified that tariffs are not anti-trade. They're pro-fairness. We're not against trade deal, we're against being taken advantage of, she said. And people like Jimmy Kimmel don't get that because they've never felt the sting of outsourcing. Karoline's tone was unapologetic. If standing up for American workers makes me a villain to Hollywood elites, then so be it, she said. I don't need their approval, I need results for the people who elected us. Her confidence was infectious. She called out the media too, saying they let Kimmel's jabs go unchallenged while smearing conservatives for far less. If a Republican made half the jokes Jimmy makes, he'd be cancelled in a second, she said. The double standard is insane. Leavitt argued that tariffs make foreign companies think twice before dumping cheap goods into the U.S. We're telling them, if you want access to our market, play by our rules, she said. That's not isolationism, it's leadership. She didn't stop there. Karoline questioned who really benefits when we abandon tariffs. It's not the American worker, it's multinational corporations and global elites, she said. The same ones funding Jimmy Kimmel's commercials. The video of her torching Kimmel drew millions of views. Conservatives rallied behind her message while liberals tried to downplay it, but the damage was done. Kimmel was now a symbol of out-of-touch Hollywood arrogance. Karoline also used the opportunity to promote policy. We're bringing America back one policy at a time, she said. And we won't let mockery stop us. Let the jokes fly, we'll answer with results. Her message was clear and focused. In a follow-up interview, she said, People are waking up. They see who's really fighting for them. It's not celebrities, it's leaders with courage and a backbone. Her message struck a nerve, sparking debates across newsrooms and living rooms alike. She questioned why liberals hate tariffs so much. Maybe because they hurt China's bottom line, she said. Funny how Kimmel never mentions that. Her shot at the global trade imbalance showed how deeply she understood the stakes. Karoline wrapped up her viral takedown by challenging Kimmel to a debate. Anytime, anywhere, she said. Let's talk policy without the laugh track. Unsurprisingly, Jimmy didn't respond. Her supporters saw that as a win in itself. She ended by saying, "America deserves more than jokes. It deserves leaders who fight for it, not mock it from ivory towers." That line echoed across social platforms and conservative podcasts, sparking waves of applause. Even some independent commentators admitted Karoline was winning the messaging war. "She's blunt, but she's effective," one said, and clearly, people are tired of being laughed at for loving their country. Kimmel, for his part, went silent. No tweets, no comebacks, just awkward silence. It looked like he underestimated the blowback from poking at the tariff plan, and Karoline made sure he felt the heat. Meanwhile, Trump allies praised her bold stance. "Karoline speaks for real Americans," said one former advisor. "She's not afraid of media elites. She confronts them head-on, and that's what makes her dangerous to the establishment." As the dust settled, one thing was clear: Karoline Leavitt wasn't just defending Trump's tariff plan. She was defending an entire movement, one that's tired of being talked down to and ready to push back against the cultural gatekeepers. And in that moment, the war of words wasn't just about policy, it was about whose voice really matters in America. Karoline made sure hers rang loud and clear, cutting through the noise with facts, fire, and fearless conviction.